lucky you are.
I just wanted to ask you about North Korea. I presume you've seen the draft now. What are your thoughts?
Frankly, I personally have not seen the draft. I know it's being circulated, and we'll have a look at it, and we'll see what's in it. The main problem, as we said before, is that unfortunately, with all the good intentions, sanctions don't work as they are presumed they should have been working, and that's the main issue. It's not that we categorically deny a possibility of a new resolution, but we want the resolution to be working. And we saw by previous ones, as I said yesterday, that they were not. And that's the main issue. But of course we have to discuss the text and see where we can go.
Would you like to see more language in the political section on a return to dialogue? Do you want a mention of this dual suspension proposal?
We definitely want more on the political side in that resolution.
Everybody
is saying that, not us
alone.
What
more could be included?
Again, I have to repeat, the only thing which is on the table, which is on paper, it's the joint Russia-Chinese proposal. We would welcome other initiatives. I've heard yesterday that the Swiss offered their mediation. I didn't see the details, but if that works, I'll be happy.
Is anybody working behind the scenes? Are there diplomatic contacts between capitals?
I hope so.
Is anybody that you know actually talking to Kim Jong-un's regime?
You mean talking personally? We have contacts through the embassy. We have an embassy there. We have an embassy in Moscow. China also has embassies. Its embassy in Pyongyang and in Beijing, and I'm sure they are talking. I don't know how fruitful these talks are.
Will you be pushing for a mention of the freeze-for-freeze proposal in this new resolution? The joint suspension proposal of Russia and China, do you want that referenced in the new resolution?
We want a reference to the need of a political dialogue based on recent initiatives that has been undertaken. And the exact language we'll have to see.
Vassily, you said in the Russian press that you want a separate draft resolution on diplomacy to resolve.
I would say we need maybe a separate political resolution which stresses diplomacy rather than sanctions. That's true, I did.
Okay, but do you think there should be a separate one, or should the language be included in this one?
Let's see how it works. It's difficult to say at the moment. Maybe I'll brief you on another more important subject that I made when in the council. You might have missed it.
Yeah.
You didn't. Of course, nothing misses you. I know by now.
We listen to you.
I've announced that on the instructions from Moscow, I sent a letter both to the Secretary General and the President of the Security Council, asking them to circulate a draft resolution on the United Nations mission on supporting protecting the special monetary mission of the OSCE in the southeast of Ukraine. That letter has gone out this morning. You know that our President, in his interview during the BRICS summit, was speaking about that. So we had that sent for circulation among the council members, and we hope for a meaningful dialogue on that thing, which we think would help to bring peace in this part of Ukraine.
When do you think that could be voted on?
We're not talking about voting yet. We circulated it for consideration. Consideration during this week can be only on an expert level because the council has gone to Addis. It will return from Addis on the 9th, and then starting next week we can discuss it in the full house.
Do you think Monday is optimistic for a vote?
Sorry?
Do you think Monday is a little optimistic for a vote on
North Korea?
I think it's a little premature, I would say. I don't think we'll be able to rush it so fast.
Do you think the UN can act before the U.S. or another country acts independently?
Again,
President Trump today said that he's going to allow South Korea and Japan to buy more weapons? Do you think the UN can act before the US acts independently, or South Korea or Japan?
You mean the U.S. acts independently on
Military
what?
wise.
Well, I would prefer not to discuss any military option. I would prefer it ruled out in any discussions. And UN resolution and what can happen on the ground, of course, are related, but not directly. The timing of the UN resolution is a bit premature. That's what I was saying. That we possibly wouldn't be able to adopt it by next Monday, especially given that the Council is out. It will come back on the 9th, and Monday will be the first working day.
Have you seen a text? Nobody's seen a text yet.
I haven't. I tell you in absolutely earnestly. Me personally, I didn't see it yet.
What about an oil embargo, sending back the North Korean laborers? Are those proposals that you could live with if there was also openings on the diplomatic side?
Well, our president commented on that during the press conference, and I was raising the issue constantly that we wouldn't like to see the ordinary people, the citizens of Korea, suffering for what their leadership is doing. And unfortunately, economic measures that might be adopted, they will definitely tell on the Korean people themselves, not on the Korean nuclear or ballistic problem. The problem should be discussed in a different format. It should be discussed and solved politically and diplomatically. We said it many times over. We still repeat it.
Ambassador, about Myanmar, I would like to ask you. Last week there was a Security Council meeting about it. Do you think there should be more steps by the Security Council about the situation in Myanmar, and what is your country's position?
I think the Security Council sent a signal, and the Secretary General sent a strong signal that we would like to see coming down of the situation there, and that the suffering of the people should be relieved, and that the solution should be found. We called for restraint. I think the Security Council, for the time being, did what it could do, and we would like to see the situation there pacifying, of course.
On Yemen, there was a report today that came out of Geneva about calling for an international investigation. Do you think the Council's approach on Yemen is working with the envoys supposedly can't go to Sana'a, can't speak to the Houthi and Saleh side? Can the Council do more on Yemen?
The Council is doing on Yemen. I replied to that question before. We've been discussing Yemen situation recently, and in particular the dire humanitarian crisis in that country, which is much worse than even in Syria, for example. We are looking for various approaches how to solve this issue with the assistance of the SRSG on Yemen and with the efforts by international community. We are saying constantly that we have to solve the situation in Yemen. We have to have the unconditional ceasefire and political dialogue. There's no way without it. Is that it?
Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you. If we could talk to you at the end of the week, that would be great. Yeah. If you happen to be passing.
Ambassador will comment.
Okay.